Hello, my name is Alan Noble and welcome to this training that I've called Network Marketing 101. So the reason I put this training together is I've discovered over the last 20 years of experience in network marketing that a lot of people come into this business and they don't really understand the business. They don't really understand the business model that they are now part of, the industry that they have joined. And I was saying here at the top of the slide, if you want to win the game, you'd better understand the game. And I can give you a very simple example. Here I am in Dallas, Texas. Here's our home team, the Dallas Cowboys. I don't understand American football. I was raised with rugby and soccer back in Ireland. I don't get this game. And I've had many people, even NFL players, try and explain the rules of American football to me. I don't get it, okay? And because I don't really understand the premise of this game, I wouldn't be very good on your team. Okay, I'm not going to make a very good player, and I'm also probably a little too old and a little not big enough. But the bottom line is, I'm not going to win the game if I don't understand the basic rules of the game. And the same thing applies to network marketing. And so what I want to do in this is leave you with an understanding of truly what this business is, the industry, the incredible industry that you have joined. And what this will do is it will build your conviction, it will build your belief in this business model and ultimately make you a whole lot more successful. So let's get started. So the first basic premise or rule of understanding this business is that we are a word of mouth recommendation business. That's what we do. There's a statistic out there that 85% of all buying decisions are made through a word of mouth referral. It's the oldest, most efficient, most famous form of advertising. I don't care whether it's movies you go see, books you read, even cars you buy, or holiday destinations, beauticians, hairdressers, or restaurants that we eat at. Many examples. I could add many more to this, okay? Place where you want to live, schools that you want to send your kids to, clubs you want your kids to join, even pediatricians that you might be looking for your kids. I'm talking from personal example with a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. We're always looking for personal recommendation, okay? And so this is what drives our economy, but it's kind of a hidden secret behind all the advertising on television and everything you see in the retail stores. Word of mouth recommendation is a very powerful force that is alive and well. Just think of all the things that you have purchased through the recommendation of a friend. Think of all of the things that you have recommended to somebody else. So this word of mouth recommendation is this silent, huge industry that's going on all of the time. That is the first premise behind the industry of network marketing. And so the basic structure of any business, you've got a manufacturer and they want to get their product to an end user. A lot of companies will go through different forms of advertising and distribution, marketing, advertising and distribution that will take up anywhere from 60 to 80% of the cost of the product you buy. Okay? I call this marketing, advertising, distribution, MAD, the MAD method of doing business. All network marketing does is it flips this around and it allows you, an independent associate or distributor that has stumbled across something that you like, that you believe in, that you're excited to represent and tell other people about, in this case, the redox science of a CN Renew 28, you connect the consumer to the manufacturer. Hey, I've discovered this powerful anti-aging technology. I found a way to look better, feel better, perform better as an athlete. And you connect the consumer through an information process to the manufacturer. Now, ASEA takes care of all of the ordering, payment processing, shipping and handling. And you get paid for making this referral. Now, again, we're making referrals all the time. We make the movie industry huge amounts of money by recommending movies that people go see. We make restaurants a lot of money by recommending restaurants. I went through the example in the previous slide. There's nothing wrong with you actually getting paid for this recommendation. There's nothing wrong with actually putting a business model and a compensation structure on top of this basic form of word of mouth recommendation. That's all we're doing, okay? And so instead of paying all of this advertising, marketing, advertising and distribution money to middlemen who don't really care about the product, have no passion about the product, What a network marketing company does, in this case a SIA, is they decide to pay you, somebody who is passionate, excited, and believes in their offering, this redox technology, and they're going to reward you. Now, to me, that's a much more ethical way of doing business. Why pay all this money to people who don't care about your product? They're just going through the processes. They're just making advertisements for you. They're just stocking on them on the shelves. They don't care about your product. Why not actually reward people who use the product, who believe in the product, who consume the product, who are excited about the product, who are getting results on the product, who can explain the product to you and answer your questions? Doesn't that make more sense to pay those people the money for getting the product into the marketplace than just a bunch of strangers who don't have any connection to the product whatsoever? So that's the first basic concept of network marketing, rewarding this word of mouth behavior. Now, there's one other premise to understanding this industry, and that is you can go out and tell the world about a SIA all by yourself, or you can build a team. You can leverage yourself by building a team of like-minded, self-motivated people who also are passionate about this technology, and that's what we're going to talk about next. So I'm introducing you now to a core concept of network marketing, and that is leverage. Okay? You can do something by yourself, but you've no leverage. If you build a team, you have leverage. Now, this is a basic principle of wealth. A real estate agency will have leverage by building a team of real estate agents. Okay? A insurance company will have leverage by building a team of insurance agents. You can have leverage in your ASEA business by building a team of like-minded ASEA associates. And everybody has that opportunity to build that team. Now, this is a basic concept of wealth creation, a basic concept of business. J. Paul Getty was America's first billionaire, and he said, "I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own." Robert Kiyosaki, the best-selling author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, said, "The richest people in the world build networks while everyone else simply looks for work." So this concept of leverage is a very, very important concept when it comes to building a business and certainly in creating wealth. Now, a really good example, I gave you a real estate example and an insurance example, but let me give you another example. Franchises. We're all familiar with franchises. Franchise companies build a distribution network of franchisees. Okay? So here's the parent company. They've got an idea for a product or a service, and instead of just doing it all by themselves, they leverage themselves with the efforts of people who actually buy into that franchise. Now, of course, here's the most famous example of all, the big yellow M. Okay? McDonald's could have chosen to stay just as one restaurant, but instead they leveraged their idea and they built a distribution network of 30,000 franchises around the world. 30,000 franchises that are all marketing their Big Macs and fries and milkshakes, etc., etc., etc. Now, the parent company, the franchisor, has leverage, but the franchisee, the person who owns the franchise, does not have leverage. They have that one store, okay? There's a certain cap on their income on how much business they can produce out of that one store. They can't leverage their efforts by building a team of other stores, okay? Only the parent company can do that. But here's what the franchisee has. They have a system and they have support. They're in business for themselves. They are their own boss, but they're not by themselves. They have the support of the parent company, but they don't have the leverage of the franchisor of the parent company. Now, what if you could have both? What if you could have the leverage of the parent company, of the franchisor, or McDonald's corporate in this case, but also have a duplicatable system and support that the franchisee exists? And so let me show you why I call network marketing the next evolution to franchising. So in network marketing, we're simply building a distribution network of individuals rather than companies. Okay, so a franchise builds a distribution network of franchisees. In network marketing, we're building a distribution network of individuals, of independent associates who use the product, share the product, and can also share the opportunity with others. So you're leveraging your efforts with the efforts of others. It's all about a lot of people doing a little bit. Now let me show you a typical sales company. If they want to create $1 million a month in sales, a typical sales company might train 100 full-time sales reps, each to go out there and have a portfolio of $10,000 a month in sales. Okay? 100 full-time sales reps, all producing on average $10,000 a month in sales, will build $1 million a month in sales revenue. Now let me show you the network marketing business model. A lot of people doing a little bit. You see, in a typical network marketing company, they will create that $1 million a month in sales with 10,000 associates, all simply using $100 a month of product for their own consumption. Because remember, the first premise is we are recommending something that we believe in. We're recommending something that we use. We are first and foremost our own satisfied customer. We're a product of the product. And so it's about 10,000 people simply using the product and recommending it to others, rather than 100 full-time professional sales reps producing 10,000 a month in sales. That's the difference. A lot of people doing a little bit. So network marketing takes this leverage idea to really the incredible proportions. And that's why it's such an amazing industry to create phenomenal incomes. So network marketing is really all about taking this leverage idea to the next level beyond that of franchising. And so here's you. You're excited about Redox technology. You've had a great experience with ASEA or Renew 28. You get it. You get the science. You understand why this is the most significant health breakthrough of our lifetime. And you're excited to go tell other people about this. You're also excited to build a sales team, okay, of people who also, like-minded, self-motivated people who also catch the vision for the ASEA technology. They're also hungry to earn additional income. And those people in turn can also build their sales teams, and so on and so forth. Now let me give you a couple of numeric examples of the power of leverage. I said earlier it was a lot of people doing a little bit. You can build a team of 4,000 people, okay? And through this simple growth. Now that might take you a little bit of time to do it. It might take you a few years to build that sort of organization. But let's say you've built a team of 4,000 people and everybody just works 1 hour a week. Very part-time, okay? Very part-time, 1 hour a week. The total effort of your team is 4,000 hours a week. Now, you working all by yourself with no leverage, you would have to work 100 40-hour weeks all by yourself to get the same amount of work done. Okay, so maybe you're beginning to understand why it's better to build a team, an organization, than trying to do everything all by yourself. This is why Robert Kiyosaki and J. Paul Getty talk about this powerful concept of leverage. Now let me put some numeric examples on this. Earning beyond yourself. You build the same team of 4,000 people. If everybody just uses $100 worth of product every month, maybe it's just product for their own personal consumption, your team sales would be $400,000 a month. Now, if it wasn't for you, none of this business would exist. None of it. You were literally like the stone that dropped in a pond that created a ripple effect. All of this business came from you talking about the product and opportunity. And so the company says, hey, you know what? We just got $400,000 worth of business and we didn't have to pay a dime of advertising or retail space and shelves or things like that. So thank you. And we're going to give you a 5% override. Now, I'm not talking about the ASEA compensation plan here. This is just a very generic example. We're going to thank you for bringing us all this business for a 5% override. And so 5% of $400,000 in business is $20,000 a month. Now this is the exact mathematics that I saw 20 years ago as a kid that had just graduated with a degree in international finance from Queen's University, Belfast in Ireland. And I saw this incredible power of leverage. They never taught me this stuff in economics and finance and accounting. And it just absolutely captured my imagination. I began to understand why network marketing was such a phenomenal business model. Now, let's get into something really interesting. People look at this, and what do they see? they see this triangle shape or this pyramid. And they see this kind of pyramid structure in a lot of the examples of how we talk about network marketing. And the next thing they go, this is pyramid selling. This is illegal. What's going on? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about pyramid selling. I've actually been to Egypt. I've visited the pyramids, and so I love this picture that I'm using, but let's talk about this mysterious thing called pyramid selling. Now what you have to understand is the pyramid is the natural shape of growth. Think of any large Fortune 100, Fortune 500 company. You got a CEO at the top, you've got some presidents and then vice presidents, a lot of middle management, and then you've got your team leaders, supervisors, sales managers, and then you've got all your employees and your staff. That's the basic shape of growth in any organization. I can take it to the church. Now, I'm not saying anything about the Catholic Church, I'm just using it because it's a very structured organization. You got the Pope at the top, you got cardinals, archbishops, bishops, priests, deacons, and then the laity. Okay? It's the natural shape of growth. We could take your family tree, okay, going way, 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 way back, and your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents and their kids and their kids and their kids, and you've got this natural shape of growth. This is the basic shape of growth. So the first thing is, you got to get over the pyramid shape. Okay, that's just showing that there's growth involved. You got to get past that, and you've got to look at what actually happens inside the shape. Okay, you've got to look and see what happens inside the shape. There are legitimate companies that have this basic shape of growth and structure, and there are illegitimate companies. Do you remember Enron? Okay, it's not the structure; it's what happens within the structure, what happens within the company that's important. I'd like to show you a segment from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission from the United States government website. And it goes on to say this about pyramid schemes. In the classic pyramid scheme, participants attempt to make money solely on recruiting new participants into the program. The fraudsters behind a pyramid scheme may go to great lengths to make the program look like a legitimate multi-level marketing program, and I've put in brackets network marketing. Now, there's two important things here. Number one, the United States government recognizes multi-level marketing as a legitimate form of business. That's the first important point. The second point is that fraudsters will try and go to great lengths to make their pyramid scheme look like a multi-level marketing program. So unless you understand the game, unless you understand the business model in the industry of network marketing and multi-level marketing, it's very easy to get confused because the fraudsters go to great lengths to make their pyramid scheme look like network marketing. And unfortunately, that's what gets our industry a bad name, is that sometimes pyramid schemes are disguised as network marketing programs. So let's look at a couple of things that actually make up a pyramid scheme. How do you spot a pyramid scheme versus a legitimate network marketing business? Well, you're going to find in a pyramid scheme there's often very large sign-up fees. And these are usually disguised as licensing fees, training kits, web tools, and things like that. Very often there's really not a legitimate product. Sometimes there's no product. Sometimes there's a product, but it's only smoke and mirrors. You got to ask yourself the question, would I buy this product if there was no opportunity attached? Would you buy this product at this price point if there was no opportunity attached? Okay, and so very often the product is just simply smoke and mirrors. It's not a legitimate product. It's an attempt to make it look legitimate. Money is made not on the movement of product into the marketplace or the consumption of product. It's really simply made on the recruiting of other people into the scheme. Very often there's large inventories if there is a product, and very rarely will you ever find a money-back guarantee. In other words, once you're in, you're stuck. Okay, there's no recourse or buyback period. And so these are some of the telltale signs of a pyramid scheme. Okay, while we're having this discussion about pyramid selling, let's talk a little bit about Ponzi schemes, because very often these two ideas are kind of interchangeable. Here's Carlo Ponzi, who ran a big old Ponzi scheme in the 1920s, and it was so big that they actually started to name this kind of scam and scheme after Mr. Ponzi. And of course, we've got a much more recent example with Bernie Madoff in just 2008. But the basic premise behind a Ponzi scheme is there is no product or service. Okay, it's simply a redistribution of money through pretend investments. And so in a pyramid scheme, there'll typically be a product kind of head fake you that's smoke and mirrors. In a Ponzi scheme, there's rarely a product. It really is just the movement of money, and it's more of almost an investment scheme. And it's really a concept of robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're paying off your early investors using the investment of later investors. And when the later investors dry up, there's a lot of people left waiting for their money. Okay, so it's simply robbing Peter to pay Paul. There is no real investment. Just to give you an idea, I kind of find this interesting. Ponzi, in today's currency, investors lost $225 million. With Bernie Madoff, $18 billion. And so you can see that Madoff took the whole concept of the Ponzi scheme to a whole new level. So now let's look at the ASEA business model. Do we have a legitimate product with real value in the marketplace? Absolutely we do. Okay, I can give a whole presentation just expanding on that one thing. The before and after pictures of Renew 28, the dermatest studies of Renew 28, the athletic studies of ASEA, the countless testimonials of lives changed with ASEA. Not to mention the United States Patent Office rewarding us multiple patents for our technology. Is this a legitimate, real product with real value? Yes. Do we have customers who are not associates? We've tens of thousands of customers who purchase this product and have no interest in the opportunity. And that's important, okay? Because that really is the clear sign of a legitimate product that has real value in the marketplace. Do we have a product and service that people want regardless of the opportunity? Yes. We have retail customers, we've preferred customers who have nothing to do. They have no interest in the financial opportunity of ASEA. That's very, very important. Do we have associates earning commissions from the $40 enrollment fee? Or do they just make commissions from product that is consumed or moved into the marketplace? Well, we don't earn a dime, not a dime from the $40 enrollment fee. Not a dime, okay? We only earn commissions through product that is consumed or moved into the marketplace. Product only. That's key. Next one. Do we have very large enrollment packs? No. The 8-case enrollment pack, right around $1,000, is the maximum pack. But you know what? It doesn't make any difference. You can have an equal opportunity with getting started with 1 case, 2 cases, 4 cases, or 8 cases. Okay? And so the opportunity is the same regardless of how you get started. Very often in schemes and scams, the more money you put in, the bigger your compensation. Not with ASEA, okay? And we don't have these large, big packs, okay? Also, do you have a money-back guarantee? We have one of the best money-back guarantees in the industry. 30-day unconditional empty bottle money-back guarantee. Use the product, send it back, get a 100% money-back guarantee. We have a 90% 90-day money-back guarantee on unopened product. So in other words, we've got plenty of time for a brand new associate to maybe change their mind. Maybe they got all excited and then they thought, you know what, maybe I can't do this. And so a legitimate company will have a window of time where you can change your mind. We don't want you in the business if you don't want to be here. But that's not the same with illegal pyramid schemes and Ponzi schemes. Once you're in, you're in. Very, very rarely will you find any window of time where you can change your mind. Also, can somebody in your team, in your downline, actually earn more money than you? Absolutely. If a compensation plan is set up correctly, the person that really is responsible for building the biggest business will earn more income than you. Okay, and that's the way it should be. You should be rewarded for the value that you're bringing into the marketplace. I can speak for example here. I've got a couple of incredible ladies in my business that actually earn more money than me. And that's the way it should be. Okay, and so if you've got some ignorant family member that says, oh, it's one of those things where the person at the top makes all the money, that's absolutely a load of rubbish. They just don't understand what they're talking about. They don't understand the business. And so in any free enterprise, the person who gets out there and really has the most impact in the marketplace should be able to make the most money. And in our compensation plan, you can do exactly that. So I'm throwing this little fun slide in just for a little entertainment. Is it really a pyramid? Well, actually, if you fully understand and have built a large network marketing organization, you'll actually find it ends up in a diamond shape. And so if somebody says, oh, that's pyramid selling, no, I'm actually in the business of building diamonds. Okay, quick recap before we go on. Network marketing is built on two very simple premises. Number one, word of mouth marketing. Oldest, most efficient form of marketing. 85% of buying decisions are made on personal recommendation. Number two, you can do that personal recommendation all by yourself, or you can leverage yourself by building a team of like-minded, self-motivated individuals who are also consuming and recommending the product and opportunity as well. Okay? So those are the two things. We introduced to the concept of leverage. We talked about how leverage is common in real estate industry, it's common in the insurance industry, and it's really the premise behind franchising, building a distribution network of franchisees, of companies. We take it to the next level by building a distribution network of individuals, okay? And each of those individuals can also experience leverage by building a distribution network as well. So it's really franchising squared. It's taking it to the next level. Now then we talked about this idea of growth tends to look like a triangular structure or a pyramid structure, and therefore people start going, oh, that's pyramid selling. And so we discussed pyramid selling. We showed you the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission talking about legitimate network marketing business model and how fraudsters of pyramid schemes will try and make it look like. They'll try and distract you. They'll create smoke and mirrors to try and make it look like a legitimate network marketing business. Then we went through some of the things that can help you discern the difference so you can make smart choices out there, okay? And then we also just looked at Ponzi schemes, robbing Peter to pay Paul, purely shuffling money around, totally illegal, and a lot of people get hurt in the process. And then finally, I went through just some bullet points of looking at a SEIT to really give you the confidence that this is a very, very legitimate business, okay? And the reason I'm doing this, guys, is because when your ignorant brother-in-law, when your next door neighbor, when your family member tells you it's one of those things, oh, that's pyramid selling. Guys, you have to learn not to buy into ignorant opinions, okay? You got to learn not to buy into ignorant opinions. People are great at giving opinions about stuff they know nothing about. And so the point of this slide is to give you a little bit more confidence to show you the incredible endorsements that we have in this industry, okay? And the reason for this is to give you the belief and conviction. So not only can you be confident in the product that you're bringing to the marketplace, but you can also be very, very confident in the industry, in the business model of network marketing. So you can be confident in both of the arms of the business. So let me show you this. Some of these names you're going to know very, very well. Donald Trump started his own network marketing company. Warren Buffett is chief investor and owner of a network marketing company. Richard Branson, the billionaire in the UK who owns the Virgin Airlines, started his own network marketing company in the UK. Okay? Robert Kiyosaki, I already mentioned him, well-known best-selling author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Well-known economist and also author Paul Zane Pilzer. All of these people are involved in some way in endorsing this industry as either an owner of a company or author or promoter of network marketing. Let's take a closer look at Paul Zane Pilzer. So you may or may not know the name Paul Zane Pilzer. Here he is right on the cover of Network Marketing magazine a few years ago, talking about the next generation of millionaires that will be created through this industry. Now let me give you a few bullet points so you know the caliber and the pedigree of this man. He's a world-renowned economist and he's the author of 9 best-selling books. He was Citibank's youngest officer at the age of 22 years of age, youngest vice president at 25 years of age. He was appointed professor at New York University at the age of 24. He's a smart cookie, and he taught there for 21 years. He was economic advisor in 2 US presidential administrations, and he advises CEOs and government leaders worldwide. He's also a very strong advocate for home-based businesses and network marketing entrepreneurs. Here's what he says about network marketing and home-based businesses. Home-based businesses are one of the fastest growing segments in our economy that will trend, and that trend will only continue as the age of the corporation, which barely began a century ago, now gives way to the age of the entrepreneur. In today's world, working for yourself is actually a safer route than working for a corporation has become a riskier proposition. And so guys, you are in the right place, the right time, becoming an entrepreneur in the network marketing industry. Okay, as we come to the end of this training, I want to show you some more facts and figures, this time taken from a wonderful documentary called The Rise of the Entrepreneur. And in this documentary, it talked about the Direct Selling Association and some numbers. The Direct Selling Association says that the direct sales industry, the network marketing industry, accounts for about $178 billion in sales. Now, when you compare this to other industries, the NFL, National Football League, is about $9 billion, music industry is $16 billion, and the movie industry is about $80 billion in sales. So $178 billion in sales, just quietly working away through word-of-mouth marketing. Now, there's about $71 billion in commissions that are paid to people like you and me, okay? This is a big, big, big industry, but you may not be aware of it because it's just quietly done through word-of-mouth marketing. There's no big ad campaigns and TV campaigns and billboards because we're taking all of that money and just quietly giving it to people who are using the product and talking about the product to other people. And there's about 96 million people involved in this industry worldwide. Now, there's a couple of opportunities, a couple of levels at which you can partake in this industry. Look, if you want to be a high achiever and really pay the price for success, okay, there's massive opportunity. It's estimated, I think this is a little low, but it's estimated there's about 500 people in the world that make about $1 million a year or more. Some of those people make $2, $3, $4 million. We've even got a couple of huge high achievers that make $8, $9, $10 million a year in the industry. But if you take these high achievers, these real go-getters that are willing to pay the price and roll up their sleeves and really become professionals, you could say they account for about $1 billion in commissions. Well, this leaves still about $70 billion for the average person. 98% of commissions are still being paid out to the masses. So again, this idea is the guy at the top, it's the big guy that makes all the money. No, 98% of commissions are actually paid out to people simply in full-time and part-time incomes. And so there's tremendous, tremendous opportunity in this very valid and very large worldwide industry. And so network marketing allows you to become your own boss. You know, about 70% of Americans, and it's just as high in Europe, 70% of Americans would love to be their own boss. They want to take back control of their financial future. They're beginning to realize what Paul Zane Pilzer is saying is that a typical job in corporate America has become a much riskier proposition. But what do you do to be your own boss? Well, you could buy an existing business. And that's just like really buying an overpriced list of names, an overpriced customer. It's expensive. You're going to overpay for it if you didn't build it from scratch. Buy a franchise. We already talked about that. It doesn't give you leverage, okay? And again, it can be expensive. You're overpaying a little bit because you are getting the support and training from the parent company. And it's less risky, but it is expensive. You can start from scratch. It's less expensive, but it's much, much higher risk. A lot of businesses go out of business. You can invest in a business. Again, high risk. I think it's estimated that only 1 in 11 companies that are invested in actually ever become successful. So the numbers for success aren't that high. What are you left with? You're left with a network marketing business model because it allows the average person to get into business for themselves, to be their own boss. Very, very low startup costs, very low running costs. It can be as little, well, in a C, it's a $40 enrollment to become an associate. $40. That's your franchise fee, as it were. And then the startup cost can be as little as a case of product, as much as 8 cases of product, less than $1,000 or as little as a case. And then your running costs are really just your own product consumption. You using the product for your own purposes. And you can work the business part-time. You can weave it around a very, very busy schedule. When I first started building my ASEA business, I was working flat out building a nationwide sales team for another company. And I was working 60, 70 hours, 80 hours a week. And yet I was still able to weave the business into those little chinks of light in the day, making some phone calls, using the tools to be successful. And you can go on with focus and commitment and consistency of effort to build an exciting six-figure residual income in 3 to 5 years. Now, when did that become a bad deal? Unfortunately, with the fast-paced society and the internet, which I call the bathroom wall of the world, where people say, if you're not rich in 90 days, your product's no good, your company's no good, you're no good. Guys, this is a business that takes time to grow and flourish and develop. And you take time to grow and flourish and develop. But it is a very, very real business model. And again, let me stress why I've spent so long driving the credibility of this phenomenal business model. If you, as a network marketing professional, as an ASEA associate, have come into this business with real hopes and dreams of building a significant income, you've got to have more than just the belief in the product. Okay? You've got to have belief in this business model. If you want to win the game, you've got to understand the game. And when you understand the game, you begin to understand the validity and the sheer power of a network marketing business model. And now, instead of swimming with just one hand in the water, just the product arm in the water, you can begin to swim with both arms in the water. You can begin to plant your flag of certainty, conviction, and belief, not just in the product, but also in the business model. And it's when those two come into play together, that's when you will start to evolve into a network marketing professional, an ASEA professional, and start to earn the success that you deserve. Now, we talk about the power of residual income a lot, and a lot of people don't fully understand the power of residual income. And so let me give you some examples. This is residual that keeps coming in time and time and time again. Okay? And so ask yourself, imagine you went to work through all of 2014, but you decided New Year's Eve, I'm not going to work anymore. In 2015, are you still earning checks? Are you still earning an income based on what you did in 2014? If the answer is yes, you've got residual income. But I'm betting you the answer is no, okay, if you're in a traditional job, or even maybe if you own your own business. Now, let me give you some examples of residual income. You can get royalties from writing a best-selling book or song. You get money from rental property. You can get dividends from stock portfolio, interest from bank payments. The challenge is all of those things take money, okay, or they take skills. Income from ASEA, you can do the work once, but keep getting paid over and over and over again. So let me give an example. I started this business around May of 2009. I started recommending the product an opportunity to other people. People got started on the product. There are people that got started in the summer of 2009 that are still consuming the product today. And so I got paid every single month for that one referral in 2009. Every single month, July, August, September, October, November, December. And then every single month in 2010 and 2011 and 2012 and 2013, 2014. And now here we are into 2015. And so I got paid over 60 times for doing the work once, for recommending the incredible ASEA technology to somebody, and somebody purchased it month after month after month. Now, to have a powerful residual income, you've got to have a consumable product. Okay? People have to use it and come back for more. Why do they come back for more? Two main reasons. Number one, it's a high impact product. It gets results. They feel the difference. They see the difference. Okay? And then also, to really lock in that residual component, you want no competition, no copycats. If you like what these redox signaling molecules are doing for you, you got to come back to ASEA. It's the only place they exist. And that's the formula. That's why we have such a powerful residual aspect to our business. Now, to put some numbers on this, residual income is powerful income. Okay? $1,000 a month in ongoing residual income is equivalent to $400,000 in the bank at 3% interest. So ask yourself, Is it easier to go out there and build a team of people using and recommending the greatest health science breakthrough of our lifetime? 2 products harnessing the power of redox signaling molecules from the inside out and the outside in. And go build that team. And it doesn't matter how long it takes you. You go build that team to make $1,000 a month. Or is it easier to go save $400,000 a month and try and get 3% interest? I think you'll agree it's easier to go out and build a successful ASEA business. And so as a quick wrap up, look, the ASEA income is powerful income. It gives you the power of leveraged income, the ability to earn beyond yourself, to build a team of like-minded, self-motivated people just like you. It gives you the power of residual income where you can do the work once, but keep getting paid month after month after month, year after year. And it gives you the power of global income. We haven't talked about this, but you can literally build your business local, expand national, and ultimately go global, where you have the opportunity to earn an income 24/7. As whatever country you're in is asleep, a country that your business has expanded to is wide awake and using and recommending the incredible redox technology of ASEA and Renew 28. Leveraged income, residual income, and global income. That is the power of the ASEA business model. So here we are at the end of this Network Marketing 101. Hopefully there's some real value here and you're leaving this presentation with a real sense of belief and conviction in the incredible business model and the opportunity that ASEA represents. And I want to give you just one last piece of advice. And it's simply this. Most people will overestimate what they can achieve in 1 year. And yet they totally underestimate what they're capable of in 5 years. Look, this is an amazing business model, but it's not a get rich quick. It's not get rich overnight. This is a business that takes work. It takes time for you to learn some skill sets. Sometimes you've got to learn to get out of your own way. But when you learn the skill sets and the mindsets and you practice them consistently, you can start to build a successful business. But it takes time to grow and to flourish. And you take time to grow and flourish as well in this business. But I promise you, if you are consistent in your work habits and you're consistent in becoming a student of the game, okay, a student of this business model, you can experience absolutely incredible success and achieve all the success that you deserve as an ASEA entrepreneur. So thank you so much for your time here and joining me in understanding this incredible business model of network marketing. Bye for now.